Goaltender McGaughan taking a couple of extra seconds to get ready. And here we go. Lakers win the opening draw. They'll get it in the zone. There's Watkins offsides, though, early as Ella Vol was in just a step too soon. So we're going to face off just outside the Blake zone. Anthony and Heinmiller again on the draw. Puck pushed into the Bears zone. Matthias in there walking in at Anthony in the middle. Couldn't get it to her right away. And the Bears look to exit the zone with Ella Anderson. Got about 13 Andersons on the ice tonight, so kind of typical for Minnesota, I guess. Here comes Abby Anthony up the near side. She gets the zone, 2-on-1 if she hurries. Cross pass shot, huge shot by Vol, and a nice save by McGaughan. Great look that time by Abby Anthony. Found Vol all alone in the middle. Got a good shot off, too. But a nice save that time by McGaughan. Puck cleared the zone. Lakers bring it up through the neutral zone. Olinger there for Prior Lake. Gets it out front. Shot right through the blue paint. Nobody take her on the way home. And back come the Bears the other way. Here's Ella Bond. Gets it inside. A quick shot on the backhand that time by Hannah Jones. Steered aside by Capiello. Back out to the point for the Bears. Somebody blew a tire there at the point. On it is Avery Olson for the Lakers. Centering pass. Didn't get a ton on it and wasn't able to connect with Addie Heineke. And the Bears look to settle things down and break it out of their own zone with Ella Bond again. There's a steal by Ava Anderson this time. Ava down in the corner, centering pass, deflected down. Olinger there. Chip to the corner. Ava, she'll lose it momentarily. Back out to the point. Heineke with a shot. That gets all the way through, saved by McGaughan. So a couple nice chances early here for the Lakers. That's a shot from the point. Deflected by the defense. That was Layla Dallum. And the Bears will look to send it all the way down. Icing is waved off because apparently Heineke looked at it funny. Here's Abby Anthony now trying to cut through the middle, dangling through traffic. Offsides at the line as Mathiasen is dragged in against her will. Nice play by the Blake Bears to knock her in early. So we'll get a face-off with 14:36 remaining here in the scoreless first period. Pucked up into the Lakers zone by O'Shea for the Bears. Couple of Lakers back to get it. Puck comes right out the middle. Shot saved by Capiello on a nice look that time by Layla Dallum. Puck back to Palmstein now. Palmstein, she'll dump it into the corner. Finds Dallum. Dallum picks it up. She's got a chance. Throws it right out front. Gets all the way through without really anybody touching it. Lakers clear it high out of the zone. Looked like a hand pass, and then didn't look like anybody was going to call it, but then they finally blow the whistle on the hand pass. So we're going to face off back down in the Bears zone with 2:59 elapsed here in the first period. Face off controlled by the Lakers. Duchesne gets it in, pops it back out to the point, kept in nicely by number 21, Coral Martin. But eventually the Bears bring it out. Heinmiller now sends it long cross ice for Arthur. Heinmiller again has to go off her stick. Kept in nicely at the line, though, by Nestingen. Lakers changing ahead of the play. Here's Heinmiller with it. She'll bring it in, trying to get by the Laker defense. Disrude steps in front of her. Nice play that time by Callie. Both teams trying to establish some offensive zone time. Most of the play has been back and forth through the neutral zone, though. Nice play by Disrude as she does an escape move just inside the Laker blue line. Williams Leaves it off for Nestigen. Back down low for Bond now. Bond had it taken away for a brief second, but kept it right back in the zone. Lakers pick it up. They'll look to exit. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Good at the line. Into the zone. Dangling shot. Save by McGaughan. On a nice look that time from Liv Heineke. Shots 4-2 now for the Lakers here early on in the first. Face off one clean, but maybe too clean, and all the way out of the zone by Abby Anthony. Puck brought in. Laker player takes a spill into the boards, a little slow to get up, but she seems okay. Mom and Dad there to cheer her on. Puck shot back out in the neutral zone. Heineke had a little trouble with it, but no harm, no foul. Puck sent down back into the Blake zone, and they'll look to advance it with Brisby. Preby picks it up, sends it around the boards far near side, Mathiasen sends it up ahead for Heineke. Heineke will dump it in. First on the puck is Deschene. Deschene centers it. Another pass right through the blue paint by Heineke that time. Again, nobody there to make it count. Puck in the Laker corner. Dangling is Watkins. Chipped out of the zone by Deschene and all the way down. That's not going to be far enough for icing. So a nice play by Maddie. Bears bring it out. Here's Palmstein with it. Palmstein sends it in the zone. Good battle down in the corner. Sent back out to the point. Here's Blake. Here's an opportunity. Shot. That goes high into the netting behind. Looked like it might have been on goal. And tipped high, and a nice shot by Callie Arthur for the Bears. We'll get a stoppage and a face-off to the right of the Laker goaltender Capiello. It's not being marked as a shot, so apparently it just went into the net on its own. Puck back to the point. Bears shot, never got through, knocked down into the corner. It's another centering attempt. This one a little bit off the mark. Picked up by Bond. Bond walking the blue line. Gets it over. Shot. That never made it. Nice block that time by the Lakers defense. Puck clears zone as Williams has it for the Bears. She'll head man to Jones. Now back to Bond. Bond back to Jones in the corner. And Disrude will leave it off for Martin, Cora Martin. Abby Anthony finally takes it, whacks it, and gets it out. Icing waved off as it went right through the Bears player, Nestigen. Here's Mathiasen now with it. Rhea. Oh, a nice step that time by Heineke. She'll leave it to the middle. Mathiasen wasn't ready for it, but she'll recover and leave it out to the point. Bears pick it off and bring it out. Puck dumped in, not quite far enough, and it's helped by Mathiasen. She'll go to the corner to pick it up. Blind behind the back pass, finds the Laker defense. Here's Heineke with it. Heineke walking behind the net. Just over 9:10 to play. Still in our scoreless first period. Puck all the way down the ice. That'll be icing with 9:05 to go. This break in the action is brought to you by Delightful Chiropractic. Visit delightfulchiropractic.com or call 952-402-9355. Delightful Chiropractic is a proud supporter of all high school sports and activities in Prior Lake. Puck sent it back down into the Lakers zone. First to the puck is Arthur for the Bears. She's tripped, no call. She tripped, I should say. I didn't see she was tripped, but she did trip. Here's Arthur with it again. She'll chop it off the boards and out to the neutral zone. Lakers send it back to the near side. Puck sent down. That's going to be icing as nobody there for touch. So 8:13 to go. We're going to face up back in the Lakers zone. This break in the action is brought to you by Mandy Vogt, your Prior Lake State Farm agent. Call 612-255-0941 for a quote. Mandy Vogt State Farm is a proud supporter of all high school sports and activities in Prior Lake. Puck back to the point. Shot knocked down and deflected by the Lakers. Finally just cleared all the way down the ice. Icing's waved off as Williams goes back for the Bears. She'll look to bring it out. Puck sent back into the Bears zone. They will control and get it right back out the other way. Cross ice pass a little bit off the mark, intended for Bond. Cora Martin grabs it, dangles behind her own net, coughs it up. There's an opportunity for Blake. 7.5 to play here in the first. Still no score. Puck dumped back into the Blake zone where it's picked up by Bond. Bond's pass picked up by Mathiasen, but that's going to be offsides as Desheen did not clear the zone. We're going to face off just outside Blake's blue line. 9:17 to go, 0-0 score. Blake cross-ice pass from Quinlan O'Shea. Picked up by Heineke now in her own zone. Liv loses it in the corner, back out to the point for the Bears. Shot, that's wide. Centering attempt, still in the middle. Oh, shot just deflected wide by the Bears. Nice little flourish. Capiello was there, but had some room to give up. And finally, the Lakers bring it out with Chapman. Rachel Chapman up from her defensive position, walked it out. Here's Olinger now. Sierra at the line, good. She's got Ava with her. Sierra walking behind the net. Back out to the point. Paige Watkins shot, that gets through. Steered to the corner that time by McGaughan. And out come the Bears the other way. 6:13 to play. Puck sent into the neutral zone as Blake changes up from behind. Here's Heinmiller with it, looking to dump it in. She will. First one back for the Lakers is Preby. She's got Arthur. She'll pick up the puck first. Here's Heinmiller again. Good skater, Heinmiller. Circling just at the top of the circle. Shot on goal, deflected by Capiello. Cleared by the Lakers and out of the zone. Nice save by Sophie. Here's Ella Anderson now for the Bears. Have the puck taken away. Heinmiller with a shot. That gets deflected out before it ever got to the net. Good end-to-end action here from the first period. Both teams with some chances. Shots now 7-3 for the home Lakers. Mathiasen battling back behind the Bears net. Bears changing up behind the play with just under 4:45 to go. Pass up for Heineke, goes right by her, but the icing is waved off. Down to pick it up is Avery Olson. Bears break it out of the zone, back to neutral zone. Pass over to Disrud now. Disrud will get it out of the zone. Picked up by Olson again. Nice deflection away from Bond. Here comes the Bears right through the middle. Shot backhand, saved by Capiello. On a nice look that time by Ella Anderson. Nope, sorry, that was 14 Williams. There's a play right in the middle. One of the Bears players was right in the grill of Capiello, the Laker goaltender. Lakers defenders making her think twice about that as she's rudely shoved into the net. But I guess you got to go to those dirty areas to get the dirty goals, and that's how you get points in this league. Face off to the left of Capiello, controlled by the Bears. Shot right in front. Scramble out front. Puck comes loose. Another shot. Nice save. Cleared away that time by the stick of Heineke right in front of the net. Lakers on their heels a little bit in the latter stages of the first period. Puck picked up by Ava Anderson now. That's deflected. Bears pick it right back up. Back out to the point. Dumped down low by O'Shea. And the Lakers look to break it out. Pass a little bit off the mark for Anderson, but she chips it off the boards and out into the neutral zone. Lakers desperately needing a change. They get their forwards out. Here's Dahlem now. Dahlem with a shot. That goes wide. Kept in at the point by Kyle. And the Bears keep it in. Here's Dahlem now. Dahlem knocked down in front. Puck out of the zone. Lakers on their heels. They're not really playing with the buzz, although it's hard to play defense. More so than offense, that's for sure. Puck in at the line. It's good. Bears shot. Deflected before it ever got to the net, and out of play it went. Shots now 7-6 and still in favor of the home Lakers. Still no score, but the Bears seem to be riding a bit of momentum here as we reach the latter stages of the period. Face-off won by the Lakers. They'll send it back behind the net with Paige Watkins. Her pass is intercepted by the Bears. Back out to the point. Shot gets all the way through, but it's wide by Addie Wethington. Another shot deflected. That's going to be sent out. Here's Mathiasen now. Rhea Mathiasen one-on-one with Weddington. Weddington, great job staying in front of her, keeping the puck to the outside. Puck kept in at the line by Watkins for a minute, but the Bears have numbers if they go. Here's Heinmiller up the outside, trying to get to the corner. Sends it right through the blue paint. Nobody with her. There's another shot from the point. Capiello steers it to the side. Lakers in desperate need of some offensive zone time. They're running around their defensive zone a little bit too much here in the first. Here's Desheen. Her pass was intercepted, dumped right back into the Lakers zone with 2 minutes to go. Paige Watkins sends it around. Dump back out to center. Desheen now walking it through. It's good at the line. She dangles through traffic, tries to get a shot away. Didn't quite get everything on it. And it's picked up by the Bears and brought out. Here's Mackenzie Williams now. 1-on-3. Lakers do a good job of staying with it. Back to the point. Shot. Got all the way in. Oh, rebound for Bond, and she just missed it. Hopped her stick. But she had an easy back-end tap if she could have got a handle on it. Here's Bond again, right to the middle. Saved by Capiello as it floated right to her in the air. She says, I'll take that and take a break and a line change. This Blake team has some sustained pressure here. They're all over the Lakers. And if they could just connect on a rebound, they would probably have the lead at this point. Shots now 9-7 in favor of the Bears on the quick shot that time by the Bears and saved by Capiello. Quick look that time by Layla Dahlem. Face-off one, controlled by the Bears. Back to the point, shot, that goes wide. Nice look that time by Addie Wethington. Wethington again back at the point. Wrist shot this time, gets all the way through, saved by Capiello. Boy, she's really squaring up nicely, and she has to be. Some of these shots, I mean, Addie Wellington's one of the hardest shots I've seen coming up in youth hockey. She's got a blast from the point, and she's letting it go now. Face-off win this time by the Lakers. Here's Chapman back for it. She'll spin behind her own net. Rachel Chapman finally gets out. Here's Abby Anthony. She'll leave it. Good give and go. Here's Anthony walking down. Shot just wide. Rebound still in the middle. Loose. Want to get a shot away. Goes back to Anthony, who just got up off the bench, or off the ice, I should say. There's a turnover by the Lakers as Heineke lost her footing, but then in turn, the Bears player lost her footing too. Action at both ends. Abby Anthony is getting roughed up a little bit on this shift. Had a good scoring opportunity, but good save by McGaughan on the other end. 18 seconds to play. Lakers kind of weathering the storm here. Picked up by Chapman. Nice outlet pass that time for Mathiasen. Now Mathiasen has a couple blue jerseys in front of him. 7 seconds left. She'll dump it in. Late no call by the official. Could have been a trip. But we'll finish the period how we started, all knotted up at 0 apiece. Shots now 11-8 in favor of the visiting Bears. Be sure to stick around after the game for the St. Francis Regional Medical Center Player of the Game. That will be awarded by none other than me. So stick around after the game as we pick a worthy participant. Step away for the Zamboni break and be back with you in about 12 minutes for more high school hockey action here from Dakotah. Thanks. For more action here from Dakotah Ice Palace, I'm Brad Soderberg. Back for second period action. Teams are going to change ends. I'm sure you already knew that. No score as we start the second period. First part of the first period, I thought the Lakers were the better team, but that definitely flip-flopped about halfway through the period, and the Blake Bears had all the momentum heading into the break. We'll see what happens after a locker room coaching session by both teams. Get social with PL Lakers Live by following us on X, on Instagram, and Facebook for the latest highlights, news, and the best coverage of Lakers sports around. Abby Anthony out to take the draw against Heinmiller for the Bears. Heinmiller wins the draw. She'll send it back to the point. Dumped all the way down, but that's going to be icing on Blake. We'll have a face-off back in the Bears zone. Just 9 seconds into the second period. Face-off to the right of Janie McGaughan. Puck back to the point, but it's not hard enough as the Bears bring it out with Anderson. She splits the Laker D. Bears with a shot right up front. Oh, the goaltender didn't even see that. Capiello didn't move until after the puck was by her. But fortunately for the Lakers, it was buzzed by the net and not on the net. Puck tipped out of the zone. That's going to be icing as it makes its way down in the Bears zone. We'll get a face-off back in Prior Lakes end. 42 seconds in. Face-off coming up to the left of Capiello. Puck back to the point, kicked out nicely by the Lakers. Here's Avery Olson. Avery Olson in, shot saved by McGaughan. On a nice look by the Lakers, number 4. Here come the Bears, one-on-one the other way. Bond, shot saved by Capiello. So a couple of chances for either team end-to-end. Puck sent down the Bear end. That's going to be icing on the Lakers. Nope, it's waved off at the 11th hour. Puck in the neutral zone, chipped ahead by Ava Anderson. Back for it is Coral Martin. Centering attempt by Bond, kept in the corner. Coral battling back there as well. Good work by her. Trying to chip it out is, there's a big check. That's going to be a penalty on the Bears as Avery Olson turned around after hitting the puck and was rudely pushed down by, I think it was 26 for the Bears, Hannah Jones. So the Bears captain, one of the Bears captains, will head to the penalty box. 2 minutes for body checking. Face-off back in the Bears zone, sent high up the glass. Unable to keep it in was Olson. Back for it is Anthony. Anthony sends it out to the neutral zone where it's picked up by Blake. Callie Arthur with it. She'll send it all the way down. Lakers will have to regroup on their own end. Callie Disrude back for it. She'll stop and go back the way she came. She'll leave it off for Avery Olson now. Avery stops behind Capiello, behind the net. 30 seconds in. Lakers yet to really get it out of their zone. And they're going back. Mathiasen back behind her net. My favorite move in the world, banking it off the back of the net. There's a nice pickup that time by Mathiasen, trying to get by the defense. She'll look to set things up, sends it right into the middle. Shot, saved by McGaughan. Back out to the point. Here's Olson again. Olson leaves it for Anthony. Abby tied up along the boards by Callie Arthur. Finally picked up again by Olson. 50 seconds to go in the power play for the Lakers. Shot saved by McGaughan on the shot from the far corner. Not really the look you want unless you're going for a rebound. But a shot nonetheless. We're going to face off in the Blake zone with 14:04 to play. Sierra Ollinger with Ava Anderson and Maddie DeSheen out there on the forward line for the Lakers as power play 2 group. Puck flipped up into the Laker bench, so we'll do the face-off again by back in the Bear zone. Puck sent out of the zone, kept in by Heineke. Liv sends it down low. DeSheen has it, playing catch with Ollinger. Ollinger now decides to just walk it out. Back to the point to Liv Heineke now. Heineke down to DeSheen. DeSheen's got to move. Sends it back behind the net to nobody in particular. And allows the Bears to clear it all the way down. 6 seconds to go in the penalty to Jones for the Bears. Here comes Liv Heineke down. With speed, gets around the corner. See if she can get to the net. Loses the puck as she was making her break. Probably could have got there, though. That's going to be icing as the penalty had expired. And the puck was fired down by the Bears. So we're going to face off back in the Blake zone with 13:12 to go. Face-off won by the Lakers. Back to the point. Shot saved by McGaughan into the corner. 11-12 now. Still favored by the Bears. Bears look to clear it out. Kept in at the line nicely, though, by the Lakers. They'll send it back down deep. Nestingen has it. sent around the corner. Bears finally look to break it out and do. Here's O'Shea with it. Picked up, though, by Mathiasen. Mathiasen tries to go outside that time to Anthony. Puck picked up. Lakers with some good quick passes in the neutral zone. Puck good at the line. Here's Avery Olson. Back behind the net, sends it out, goes right to Preby. Her pass off the mark. That's going to be out into the neutral zone where the Lakers left to regroup. Good forecheck that time by the Bears, Ella Anderson. And Wellington gets it out all the way down. That's going to be icing on Blake. So 11:58 left to play here in the second. Addie Heineke knocks it down into the corner. Bears look to break it out. Here's Heinmiller now. Heinmiller into the middle. Picked up Arthur. Arthur had the puck knocked away from her by Coral Martin. And Martin will pick up the loose puck in the middle. It looks like she didn't want to walk it up herself. She probably could have. But defensive defenseman. There's a Lakers in the middle, unable to get a shot away. She's tied up. We'll get another penalty coming up against the Blake Bears as Callie Arthur got her stick up into the midsection of Olsen and yanked her down. That's going to be a hooking call against the Bears. 5:32 is the time on the penalty. So back to the power play go the Lakers. We got Anthony centering Mathiasen and Vol with Disrud and Olsen at the point. There's another hook, another penalty coming up here. It's going to be a 5-on-3 break as the whistle is blown. Another hooking call. This time it's a holding call as Hannah Jones heads back to the box. Oh, they're going to call it on the Lakers? That's ridiculous. I have no idea what the ref just saw there. The Laker player was hauled down from behind with a stick in the armpit, and they called the penalty on the Lakers. That's something. Wow. I have no idea how that was seen by the official. Stating his case, he knows what he saw. I just have no idea what he saw. So that'll nullify the remaining 1:49 of the 11-second power play that the Lakers enjoyed. Avery Olson will head to the box for getting hauled down. And we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for the next $1.49. Face off into the Laker corner. Centering pass out in the middle, gobbled up by Campiello. Laker fans giving a rousing Bronx cheer for that call. Face-off controlled by Blake outside. That shot was about 4 or 5 feet wide. 11 minutes to go in the period. Puck hopped out in the neutral zone nicely by DeSheen. Capiello steers it outside. Picked up by Abby Anthony now. Abby trying to break through the heaviest line of defense. Turns the puck over. Bears dump it back in. 1 minute to go on the Bears penalty. Plus 11 on top of that for the Lakers penalty. Puck pushed to Abby Anthony. She'll send it back to the point. Shot gets all the way through. Mathiasen unable to catch up to it. Lakers go back. A lot of ice out there with 4-on-4. Bears look to bring it in. Good at the line. Shot, that goes high. Airmailed it. Puck back at the point, picked up by Solonic. Sent in, nice save by Capiello on that one. Another shot, another save by Capiello. This one goes right back out to the middle, and finally she'll gobble it up. So a dangerous rebound on that second opportunity. But luckily the Lakers are able to push it back to her, and she'll gobble it up, and we'll get a face-off in the Lakers zone with 9:37 to play. Puck controlled by Blake. 3 seconds to go. That's going to cover up. Quick whistle right before they open the penalty box door. So 1 tick left on the penalty to Callie Arthur and the Bears. Then they'll have a whopping 11-second power play. Blake full strength now. Back out to the point it goes. Pass inside. There's a shot and a goal. Power play goal for the Bears. They take advantage of their 11-second power play and make it count. Arthur, fresh out of the box, gets right back into the play, feeds it inside for number 17, Quinlan O'Shea. She gets her first goal of the season, if that's how it reads out. So the Bears on the board first after a questionable call against the Lakers. O'Shea from Dolan and Bisbee on the Blake goal. Again, that's O'Shea's first of the season. Lakers in the offensive zone, 8:40 to go, down by 1 now. Puck picked up by Vol. She'll send it to the middle for Anthony. Anthony trying to muscle herself through. Pass through to Vol. She's unable to get her stick on it. Bears pick it up in the corner. Jones sends it out. Finally clearing the zone are the Lakers. Mathiasen trying to break through with one hand on the stick. That doesn't usually work. Finally picked up by Williams now. Centering pass for Hannah Jones, a little off the mark. Flicked out into the Bears zone by Vol. Lakers will change up. Some fresh legs out there. Jones sends it all the way down, intercepted by the Lakers. Olinger for a second. Shot, nice save by Capiello. 1-on-2, not sure why the Lakers defense didn't press that issue a little bit. They just allowed her to shoot. Picked up by Ava Anderson now. Ava gets out of her own zone. Has the puck knocked off her stick. Played by Chapman, but no one there in particular. Here's Arthur with it, trying to walk through the middle. Picked up by Disrud now. Callie Disrud up to Ava Anderson now. Ava's shot out the backside of Olinger, and it stays in the zone. Chapman now again. She'll send it back up the same side it came from. Ava there. Olinger. Shot, that's deflected wide. Lakers having a little trouble getting it out of their own zone there. Bears getting some fresh legs out there on the short change. Here's Ava again, tries to move this time. She'll cough it up. Shot, there's a save, 2 saves. That might have gone in. No goal. Clearly knocked in after the referee had already blown the whistle down. It might have been in, but she decided to whack at it after the ref didn't really have a chance to skate it and even take a look. So no goal. 6:28 to go. Shots down 19-11 in favor of the visiting Bears. Lakers need to get some life in their skates a little bit here. Lakers come back the other way. Here's Heineke now. Addy, shot that's deflected wide of the net. All the way back to the point. Sent back in by Watkins. But into the middle where it's picked up by the Bears. They'll walk it back the other way. Addy Wellington now. Wellington near side, gets around the corner. Shot that's deflected up into the netting. Far corner. And we'll get a face-off back in the Prior Lake zone with 5:48 to go. Bond for the Bears. She'll send it back to the point. Picked up by Solonic. Tried to drag it to the net. That time was Williams. But back into the corner it goes. Here's the point now. Half wall. Walks out. Shot. That got deflected. 3-on-2 if the Lakers can get out of the zone. Good job by Abby as she's bothered on the play. Never really got it out. Lakers were changing. They should wave that off, but they're not gonna. As the player that was there decided to hop over the bench. Usually the ref will wave that off. So we're going to face off back in the Lakers zone. 5:14 to go. Shots 20-11. Favor of the Bears. Face off controlled by the Bears. Back into the corner. Picked up by Arthur now. Arthur cross ice pass. Picked up by the Lakers Disrude, but she'll cough it up. Bears with an opportunity. Shot and a goal. Callie Arthur walks in after picking up the loose puck from the Lakers. Buries it. Bears extend their lead now 2-0. That's Callie Arthur's third goal of the season, first of the game. Can't believe there's going to be an assist on that, but you never know. She picked up the loose puck. Oh, sorry, with two. It was Heinmiller, not Arthur. The assist to Ella Anderson. So the goal is 2 from 4 for the Bears. That's Heinmiller's 4th of the season. Lakers a little flat. Here's Chapman with a shot from the point. That gets all the way through on net. Save made by McGaughan. Face off Bears zone. Trying to get a shot away was Vol. She pushes it to the far corner instead. And we'll get a face off just outside the zone on the offsides call. 4:17 to go. Puck dump in. Scrum for it just outside the Laker bench. Finally pushed it in the neutral zone by the Bears. Liv Heineke with it now. She'll circle back inside her own zone. Cross ice pass for Vol. Vol tried to get it through to Anthony, but it's picked off. Bond has it. She'll center it. Picked up by Mathiasen. Chapman there. Gets a high stick. There's going to be a penalty on the Bears as the Bears player Hannah Jones back to the box for her third time. Got the stick up around the neck of Rachel Chapman. So she'll go sit in the box for 2 minutes. Lakers desperately need to get something on the board. Power play hasn't been great yet. They like to start out in the offensive zone. We'll see if they can get something going. Face off back to the point, pushed into the corner. Pass off the mark that time. Lakers had it all set up. All they had to do was make a pass to the point, and they couldn't get that done, so back to the own end it goes. Lakers bring it up. Jasheen had it go off her stick right to a Bears player. They'll send it right back down the other way. So the struggles continue here early in the power play. There's Liv Heineke throwing on the break. She'll circle multiple times. One minute to go on the power play. Lakers have not been able to get out of their own zone yet. There's a turnover. Blake with a shot that's just high and wide. Trying to go short side high that time was Bond. The Lakers need a change already, and they haven't even gotten it out of their zone. Heineke with it. She's got to find somebody. Finally frees up and goes to Olinger. Sierra now trying to get some speed going. Teammates are going to change on the fly. She does a good job of just holding up. So get it down low. There's an errant pass, and that's cleared out and down the ice. Here's Vol with it now. Turnover just inside the blue line. Clearing attempt goes off a shin pad and back into the zone. Hook there, no call. Finally, the Bears clear it. Team's back to full strength as Jones heads out of the penalty box. Under a minute 30 to go. Here's Abby Anthony pushing it outside. Loose to the side of the net. Puck in the middle, shot. Never made it on net and went wide. 70 seconds to play here in the second. Lakers still desperately trying to string a couple passes together. And here comes Blake. We got a 2-on-1 the other way. Drop pass a little bit off the mark. Lakers look to bring it up. Here's Desheen now. Maddie Desheen good at the line. She's got Leckler with her. .40 seconds to go in the period. Turnover on the Lakers. Blake sends it back to the neutral zone. Picked up by Preby. 30 to play. There's a turnover. Preby throws it right to a blue shirt. Shot. Save. Capiello makes the initial save, pushes it to the corner. Arthur picks it up, back to the point, shot, loose in the middle. Capiello will clear it out to the side. Lakers scramble a little bit here, 9 seconds to play. Puck down in their Bears zone. And that'll do it here for the second period. All Bears this period. Again, make sure you stick with us after the game for the St. Francis Regional Medical Center Player of the Game, as selected by yours truly. Shot on goal by the Bears, saved by Capiello. Puck down in the Blake zone. Pushed ahead by Ella Anderson. Back into the Lakers zone. Preby back for it. Bothered on the play by Callie Arthur. Lakers clear the zone, but only for a brief moment. Preby, cross ice pass. Off the stick of Addie Heineke. Puck over to Bond. Bond walks it in the zone. Shot from outside on net. Steered aside by Capiello. Lakers look to get it out. 2-on-1 here for Prior Lakers. Heineke, shot saved, no problem by McGaughan. Heineke had Olsen with her, decided to take the shot herself instead of pairing it up or passing it across. Face off in the Blake zone. Puck still on the dot. Finally picked up by the Bears. They'll try and clear it out. Lakers hold it in at the line, but it's knocked right down and back out again. Here's O'Shea, one of the goal scorers for the Bears. She'll push it into the zone. Layla Dahlem now with it. She'll circle. Cross ice pass to the point. Shot knocked down by Capiello up front. Cleared and out into the neutral zone as the Lakers clear the puck. Nice look that time by Bisbee. Here's Disrud, rotates it through, back over to Olinger now. Olinger bothered on the play in the neutral zone. Has the puck come off her stick. Lakers regroup. Geometry pass off the boards, trying to hit Olinger. She'll push it ahead. She'll blow a tire in the corner. And the Bears look to bring it out with Bisbee. Over to Arthur. Arthur going back the other way she came from. A step up and dangle by Callie Arthur. Good at the line, Arthur. She'll slow things down. Gets it over for Dahlem. Dahlem's shot knocked down by Capiello. Shot from the point, that's knocked down by Anthony. And she'll break it out of the zone. Abby Anthony in on goal. Bouncer. Puck's right in between the legs. Finally gobbling it up was Janie McGaughan. But a nice shot that time by Abby Anthony. Kind of bounced it like once or twice before it got to the goaltender. She lost track of it. We'll get a face-off to McGaughan's right. Puck picked up in the Blake zone by Kyle. Kyle tries to clear it. Anthony picks it up. Abby Anthony walking through, knocked down, loses the puck. And Kyle comes out with it. Long pass out for Ella Anderson. Anderson with Disrud in front of her. Scrum down in the corner. Finally, Ella Anderson walks it out behind the net. Back out to the point. Shot. Steered away. Picked up by Palmstein now. She'll dump it back in for Jones. Jones ridden off the puck. 13.5 here to play. Back to the point. Here's Palmstein. She'll have it hop her stick and out in the neutral zone. Bears will have to regroup. Lakers changing ahead of the play. Here's Jones with it. Hannah Jones, shot. Rebound right out in front. Scramble for it. Finally cleared by the Lakers. They'll send it all the way down. It's icing if it makes it, and it does. So 13:03 to play. Seeing more and more offensive zone time by the Bears. Lakers desperately trying to get something going. Face-off controlled by Blake. Sent out of the zone and picked up by Wethington now. Addie Wethington leaves it out for Dahlem now. Layla Dahlem sends it inside, picked up by her sister Nola. Picked up in the corner by Olsen. Olsen turns it over to Dahlem. And here's Avery Olsen with some speed through the neutral zone, trying to get by the Blake defense. Addie Wethington doing a great job of getting in front of her and not allowing clear entry. Puck dumped into the Bear zone. Lakers changing behind the play. Picked up in the neutral zone. Disrud's got it. She'll play catch. Sent over for Olinger. Olinger turns the puck over. Ava Anderson there to pick it up, though, in her stead. Anderson. Bears changing near her. Puck pushed through. She'll go off on a change. Picked up down low. Here's Bisbee now for the Bears. Outlet pass. Finds Heinmiller. Heinmiller's pass a little bit off the mark that time, trying to connect with Ella Anderson. Lakers clear. Picked up by Leckler now. Leckler will send it in. Not sure if that was on goal or not. Close. Puck hops up into the Blake bench, so we're going to whistle and a face-off in the Blake zone. 5:37 into the third period. Still almost all momentum with the Bears. Lakers trying to scrap and claw, trying to get something on the board. Face-off win, but it's controlled by Blake. Pushed it in the zone by Mackenzie Williams. Heineke sends it around, picked up by Vol. Unable to grab it was Abby Anthony. Puck sent near side. Icing waved off as it's not going to make it. Puck picked up. Here's Bond now. Bond's got Jones in front of her. Jones peels back. Bond's shot deflected up into the netting behind the Laker net. We'll get a face-off in the Prior Lake zone with 10:51 to go. Shots now 26-14 in favor of the visiting Bears. Fond memories of Blake Ice Arena from when I was a kid. Grew up in Eden Prairie, and there was no rink in Eden Prairie. We had to go to Blake for our closest ice. 6 a.m. practices in that freezing cold arena or something. It's a lot nicer now. They put some money into it. It's actually a beautiful facility. But in the same spot over there on Blake Road and Excelsior Boulevard. Lakers pick it up. Preby sends it back to Watkins. Watkins and Preby playing catch in their own zone. Watkins with it. She'll look to get it north-south. Sends it out to the point. Kept in nicely by Palmstein. Bucket in the middle. Shot. Not sure that made it through. Kind of knocked up in front. Lakers having trouble exiting the zone. Finally they do. Here's Avery Olsen now. She's got a couple blue jerseys in front of her trying to make the corner. Centering pass. That's picked up by Heinmiller. She'll look to get it out. Picked up by Nola Dahlem. Nola Dahlem into the middle. Dahlem backhand shot. That's knocked down out front before it ever made it to Capiello. And picked up by Wethington in her own zone. She'll slow things down. Nice head pass up for Arthur. Arthur picks up the loose puck. Shot saved by Capiello. Boy, Callie Arthur's been all over the place tonight for Blake. She's a good little player. There's a tip in front. Shot, save. As I speak about her, she drags the tip shot. Creating all kinds of havoc, Callie Arthur, on the Laker defense. Lakers look to clear, 9 to go. Tipped in by Leckler. She'll chase. Also there is Nestingen. That's a tripping call. No call, though. Just going to let that go. Arthur into the middle. Finds Williams. Back to the point. Shot. That goes just wide on the look that time by Nestingen. Puck back to the point. That's just over the line, so we'll have to regroup. Nestingen has it go off her skate. Fed ahead by McGaughan. And Bond now with it. She'll walk through the neutral zone. Just a bit off her stick, but it's picked up nicely by teammate Williams. Now Bond again has it hopper stick in the corner. Shot a little bit off the mark. That might have been a shot on goal from the Bears. Bisbee. Lakers again looking to get it out. Vol cannot. Knocked back down into the Lakers zone where the Bears circle. That pass is deflected up by Vol and back into the Blake zone. Lakers getting wholesale changes as desperately needing some fresh legs. Here's Jones for the Bears. She'll get it in the zone, but she's got no helpers yet. Good job of slowing things up. Here's DeSheen still with it. Finally turns it over. Liv Heineke now. Liv circling in her own zone. Gets it over to Olsen. Olsen coughs it back up to Liv. Good hustle by Avery. She's going to get the puck first. Sends it down into the corner. Lakers were changing, so they're a little tardy into the zone. Nice takeaway, though, by Ava Anderson. She's got to dangle a little bit. Leaves it outside, but a nice play that time by Layla Dahlem. And an equally nice play that time by Paige Watkins taking it away. It's a centering attempt in the middle, knocked to the side. And Ava Anderson trying to make it out again. Thought she was going to send it deep, but she did not. Good at the line. Just over 6.5 to go now. Lakers still trail 2-0. It's a 2-on-2 for the Bears. Shot, nice stick that time by the Lakers' Coral Martin. Sierra Ollinger will dump it in and head off on a change. Ella Vol, first one there for the Lakers, but it's picked up and brought out by Alida Nestgen. And now Wellington with it. Arthur sends it inside for Heinmiller. Heinmiller takes an extra shot at the goaltender there. We'll get a whistle. Shots now 29-14 in favor of the Blake Bears. Lakers walk it in, drop pass to the other team. Back to pick it up is Nestingen. Up for Wellington. Wellington leaves it off for Arthur. That's going to be offsides. Came outside the line just a bit as Wellington and Arthur played drop pass with each other. Good thing for the Lakers, it was offsides as Wellington had a full head of speed. Cross ice pass finds Williams. She'll dump it up ahead. Sent in by Bond. Bears attack. Here's Bond with a shot. Knocked down by Capiello out front. Rebound cleared. And out comes Olsen. Olsen will dump it into the Bears zone with 5 to play. Puck picked up by Bond. She's got speed. She'll try and get it in the zone. That's offsides. Ref doesn't see it. Lakers pick it up. That's offsides. They saw that one. So we're going to face off just outside the Bear zone, 4:43 to go. 30-14 are the shots. Hopefully it's done snowing outside. Might be a good work from home day tomorrow. Puck cleared in the neutral zone. Ava Anderson. Leckler on the forecheck for the Lakers. Job by Sierra keeping it in at the line. She gets tangled up by one of the other Blake players. Scrum in front of the Blake fans. The few that made it here south to Dakotah. Lakers pick it up, under 4 to play now, down 2. They got to do something. Change lines, looks like they're going to do. Puck clear the zone, sent all the way down. It's tipped, no icing here. Here's Mathiasen, she's got speed. Can she make, oh, nice defensive play. Great play that time by Reese Palmstein as she came back and knocked the puck away from Rhea Mathiasen. There's a light shot on goal, saved by McGaughan. But a good look that time as Rhea Mathiasen walked in with speed, and an even better recovery by Reese Palmstein to knock the puck away before she can ever get a shot off. Puck picked up by Wellington in her own zone. She's got a couple Bears down in front of her. Puck picked up by Nestigen. She'll send it ahead, intercepted by the Lakers. Here they go, trying to get something on the board. Here's Mathiasen again. Tried to hit Abby Anthony in front. Just a little bit too far away from her. Bears look to bring it up. Here's Heinmiller now. Bryn Heinmiller in through the zone. Gobbled up by Capiello. 2:54 to go. Face off to the left of Capiello. Bond there. Lakers win the draw. Lakers clear. And up and off one of the bench players for the Lakers. We're going to face off just outside the zone. 2:45 to go. Bond and Heineke. Heineke wins it clean here. She's got to get some speed going. Here's Desheen now with it. Stepping in front of her was Solonic. And the Bears look to clear. Kept in at the line, not kept in at the line. Olsen has it for a minute, but Bond picks it up. Good passing. Lakers shot, goal for the Bears. That's going to be Mackenzie Williams with her 4th goal of the season. Going to give an assist to Ella Bond. So Mackenzie Williams from Bond and maybe one more. Gets it past Capiello. Oh, they gave the assist to Jones, even though it was passed directly from Ella Bond. Jones must have just been second in the line, and so the ref says, okay, she must have had an assist. The shot by the Lakers steered aside with a pad by McGaughan. Offsides at the line. Lakers just having trouble getting things going tonight. Their feet look like they're already in holiday mode to a certain extent. Bears have been all over the place, picking up loose pucks, covering for each other. And the Lakers just not quite functioning at their top today. So puck in, shot, that goes just wide on the look that time by Ella Anderson. Here's Heinmiller now. Heinmiller's shot deflected up into the netting. We'll get a face-off in the zone with $1:26 to go. Face-off controlled by the Lakers. Heinmiller picks it up, though, for the Bears. Sends it back out to the point, kept in right on the line by Wethington. And here come the Lakers. 70 seconds to go. I don't know why they don't pull the goalie at this point. Probably because the Bears have the puck already. But if you lose by 4 or 5 or 3 or 1, doesn't matter. You just got to get some goals. So 50 to play. Puck still in the Laker end. Olsen trying to clear it. Scrum near half wall. Finally picked up by Heineke. Lakers look to exit the zone. Olsen had it. Leaves it off for Vol. Vol trying to dangle. Pass into the middle, trying to hit Abby Anthony. Anthony to the point. Backside, here's Liv Heineke. And she'll turn it over. Back the other way go the Bears. Pass into the middle. Shot saved by Capiello. Another save. Centering attempt not connecting. 5 seconds to go. That's going to do it here from Dakotah, where the Bears come down and take care of business over the Lakers. Final score 3-0. Step away for a quick word from our sponsor and be back just for a St. Francis Regional Medical Center player of the game. Stay with us.